Ladies and gentlemen, and this is every single Warhammer 40k effects and explains part 2. And mind, this is what part 5 of the series, I don't know. So yeah, let's do this. In the previous part yesterday, we saw about how, Craftwall Eldars, the people who basically said no to the all debauchery and dark shit, just ran away. We saw about that, and that there are this kind of a dark Eldars, who's even worse than you would think, right? Who's even worse than the Chaos God, right? They supposedly created. So they are really dark. They literally capture colonies to torture them very horribly, which is, I guess, one of the most darkest part of the Warhammer 40k lore so far, right? Because how can you be more dark than that shit? I mean, I don't think you can be, because they do the darkest thing imaginable just for their survival. They do that shit so the Chaos God doesn't get them. I forgot the name of it. Yep. So Chaos God doesn't get them, basically. So obviously they wanted to do that shit from the beginning anyway. That's how they created the Chaos God in the first place. So they now have an excuse now. So they capture colonies, torture them unspeakably, like he said, grape them, right? And in the end, after 20 years or so, I guess, make them into a hat or something. So yeah, that's basically Dark Eldar. If you see them, yeah, eat a cyanide pill or something, or just stab yourself in the neck, because you don't want to do that shit, apparently. Then Tyranids came, right? This bogs kind of thing, who basically arrived in Milky Way in all different regions at once, right? They don't occupy a certain part of Milky Way, but they are everywhere. Hives of them, apparently. Yeah, and there are way too many of them. When they attack, they shut off the connection to the warp, so no reinforcement come, or probably you can't escape too, right? Yeah, that's also an element. They probably did that so nobody can run away into the warp and do the interstellar travel and run away, right? So nobody can run away, that's why they disable warp. I think that just have an effect of no reinforcement too. I'm pretty sure those bugs, giant monster bugs, didn't care about reinforcement at the point, because there's so many of them, but it's just an addition. So that's fucking terrifying. All these things about Dark Eldars and all the Chaos Gods, all this kind of, different type of threats. That's not enough, right? You have to have a fucking monster invasion between them. So that's what Tyranids are, which is awesome, right? I love that sprinkle of element to it. In any lore, there is this thing, right? There is this group of people, and there is opposite group of people like this. Maybe there is third group of people. That's all fine and shit. But if you just add more, like an, X factor to it, like, oh, by the way, also, there are monsters that could invade you anytime. Okay, keep that in mind as well, after all this threat. That is just awesome. So yeah, let's watch this one. Remember, if you like my reaction, don't forget to like and subscribe, so I know which type of videos to react to more, I guess. I love this Warhammer 40k thing, right? I didn't even know what Warhammer 40k is before I reacted to a start this video. And then one of the Sanguinella or whatever is in the playlist that I could react to that. By then I had no idea about this. Then I'm like, okay, this must be fun lore. That's all I thought about it. And then I started to react to this and realized, holy shit, this is really deep and really big. So yeah, let's watch this one.
I can have all the pot I want, I get around faster than walking, and wherever I need a seat, I can just sit on my balls.
Genestealer cults are a special brand of Tyranid that can slowly infect themselves into different kinds of society. And by infecting them, they can rise up to where they all pray and believe in these regular humans, pray and believe into their Tyranid hive mind gods. And these broodlords, and I think they're called patriarchs, all can turn an entire world all based into Genestealers, and these are called Genestealer cults. An entire hive world of the Imperium can be turned into...
Doesn't this go against what he said about Tyranids in the first place? Tyranids are this, simple-minded. They're not malicious or anything, but they just want to eat, right? I didn't know they did complex thinking and things like that. This was a complex thinking. One of the Tyranid lord or whatever, basically infecting entire civilization and making them into Tyranids. Right, so they pray to the Tyranid gods and everything to him or whatever. So basically this is like, changing humans slowly into these Tyranids, monsters, I guess. So there is that element too, apparently. I thought Tyranid was over. No, but there is different element of that. Genestealer cults. Okay, so this is like, when you put Fallout 4 and you say, oh, he's a synth, this is equivalent to that. You see somebody acting weird, oh shit, is he one of the Genestealer cult? Is he turning into a monster? Horror music playing in the background.
to nothing but servants to the Tyranid masters just by infecting them and screwing with their genetic code a little bit. They also have this cool like Mad Max look, which is really neat. They are definitely one of the bigger threats to the Imperium besides Chaos. I keep saying biggest threat to the Imperium. They're up there though, because you, dingus, stepped on a bug in middle school. Asshole. There is a cancer eating at the Imperium.
Wait a minute, that was a joke or is that part of the lore? Because humans treated bugs really badly. Is that why they're here or something? Or he just made a joke there? I don't know.
With each decade, it advances deeper, leaving drained, dead worlds in its wake. This horror, this abomination, has thought and purpose that functions on an unimaginable galactic scale. And all we can do is to try to stop the swarms of bioengineer monsters it unleashes upon us by instinct. We have given the horror a name to salvage our fears. We call it the Tyranid race. But if it is aware of us, it must know us as nothing but prey. Tyranids, they're cool. But are they as cool as the Orks?
Every screen's gone red! That means I'm super fast!
Wait a minute, was that from Fallout? Yeah. Okay, so maybe Tyranids are like what they describe. They are pretty simple, but they are like, one of those bugs who basically infect the other host, something like that, just to survive, type virus type of thing. So that is also one of their elements, like they infect humans just because they're prey without thinking. They are like, they are simple beings, right? They just want to, hunt the prey and eat them, that kind of thing. I don't know. But he also said that they pray to the, this hive or something. I don't know. Somebody comment down. Are Tyranids simple like animals who just want to eat? Or are they complex? They have complex thought and have malicious thought. What is it?
Orks, 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 orks. I fucking love orks. So, yes, the green monsters.
Yeah, of course there are orcs in this one. Orc is one of the most famous thing there is, apparently, apart from elves, right? Orcs were created, what, by Tolkien? I know it goes more back than that, I guess. There is even mentions of it in Beowulf. But Tolkien probably popularized the latest orcs that we think of, right? Giant beings who are kind of stupid, but they are giant, muscular, that kind of thing. I don't know.
Green tide, the green skins. These orcs, they are in fact a race in 40k. The orcs are as exactly what you expect them. They have archaic weapons, they're big boys, they have axes, and they have got big old teeth, and they want to kill everything, and there are so many of them. The only reason they haven't taken over the entire galaxy is they can't stop murdering each other. Orcs are so cool. Orcs don't have philosophy. Orcs don't have existential crisis. What matters is who's the biggest orc. You listen to that guy, because he the biggest orc. He big orc knows best. You win through the power of imagination. Of all the races I have battled throughout the galaxy, the orc is the hardest to comprehend. They wage war with machines that should not work, care little for strategic gains, and are just as likely to slaughter each other as the enemy. How does one battle an enemy that defies all logic? As an orc, you're enjoying life. You're enjoying the life you're given.
Okay, so, I have compared the different type of, this species of Warhammer 40k with other games, right? Like I'll compare that to Elder Scrolls and even Mass Effect, like how Craftworld Eldar feels like Quarians who lives in the ship or something like that. In the Mass Effect, because they invented this AI who basically kicked them out. In this is because they wanted to run away from all the dark thing the other Eldars were doing. It's a kind of similarity, and also similarities between how the Daedric, Adric, and these Chaos Guards. And now these orcs remind me of the Mass Effect. Krogans, because this feels really similar to that. Krogans are like this too. They have this kind of simple mentality, right? They also follow the strongest guy, they are also kind of like stupid, that kind of thing. This feels really like that. So I guess, all this, like people from BioWare, people from Bethesda basically took inspiration from Warhammer 40k, because I'm pretty sure Warhammer 40k is damn old, right? And Elder Scrolls and things is kind of relatively new. So they took inspiration from this. So of course I see similarities. I mean, Warhammer 40k is famous enough that I'm pretty sure lots of developers know it.
Your whole life and job and purpose is to get up and beat each other to death because you can. The biggest orc is the man who understands everything. He is the boss. And orcs have this really weird, like, big, dumb stereotype British accent, which is just hilarious to me. Those are orcs. You fight. You like to fight. Your whole purpose is to fight. You wage war because you want to wage war. You got your boss over there, and you better listen to the boss, because if you don't listen to the boss will squish you and make you an example for the other orcs. And then you can't fight because orc dead. And orc dead can't fight because orc dead. Orcs. They scrap together machines out of parts that don't make any sense, and because they believe, they have the mental imagination that that machine will run, it'll run. If that machine's out of gas, you're driving that machine with your fellow orcs, and the biggest orc is behind the wheel, and you run out of gas, some orc behind you is like, oh, Zog, we're out of gas. And the big orc is like, no, we're not. I filled the fucking gas tank up earlier. And all the other orcs are like, oh yeah, you did do that. And then you turn the fucking mech back on and it works again. Does it have gas? Probably not, but it works through the power of imagination. They paint things red because it makes them...
Where'd that come from? Holy shit, that is such a great addition to this whole war thing. I thought they are going to be just like that, you know. How Krogans are, how, you know, super mutants are in Fallout. They are just big, they are just muscular, they are just so many numbers, and so basically they are alpha male type of thing overall, because they're powerful and big. Because of their number, they basically conquer things as much as they can with makeshift technology they have. That's what I thought, that's where it's going to end. I didn't thought there's going to be power of imagination is going to pop up. So I guess they have connections with the warp at some level, like how, you know, those Martians basically pray to their, you know, mechanical god or whatever, just so their equipment runs pristine, right? This is similar to that. They just think something like, okay, this machine is going to work, and it works. All of them just believe and it works. That is terrifying. What if they create a massive super weapon, believing it's a super weapon, even though it's just makeshift crap? It's just crap they just gathered from all the ships and shit. They just gather all this crap, and they just believe that this is massive super weapon like Death Star in Star Wars. And it is a Death Star from Star Wars, because they believed it. That is way too terrifying, man. The power of imagination, if it's real, is really terrifying, because they can believe a super weapon and it exists. So they are not dumb and stupid, they are a pretty damn fucking powerful threat. And also, you know, they are so similar to Krogans, like I said, because they, you know, like he said, there are so many of them, right? There's so many of them. They are basically, you know, this strong, this powerful. So they are like Krogans. So Krogans basically inspired from the Orks from Warhammer 40k.
Something that goes faster. They paint things purple because it's the sneakiest color. You want to know why? You ever seen a purple orc? Didn't fucking think so. Orcs are also like ancient as hell. They're back in the Eldari time frame. But back then they were called Orks, and they were much larger and scarier and far more intelligent. Now they're just orcs, and they're big, dumb, and they smack things. But they're pretty spooky. They're not very well armored, but they hit really hard. And it's called the Green Tide because there are so many orcs. Yeah. There are about as many orcs as there are Tyranids. Maybe more. Who knows? But they keep on, you know, murdering each other, so it's not too bad of an issue. Orcs are entirely comic relief. Green
Tide. So there's so many, it looks like a fucking tide is coming. I knew there were so many, but not that many. That paints a picture. And you know, that is also goes back to the Mass Effect. In the Mass Effect, they created genophage because, you know, those Krogans are really fertile. They create lots of Krogans. So this kind of feels similar, right? In that they just, you know, improvise with the genophage. Without genophage, it would have been same like the Orks.
Their stuff is slapped together. That makes no sense. Their vehicles don't work the way they're supposed to, but they work because they think it works, because they imagine that it works. Orcs care only about who is the biggest orc, and they will follow the biggest orc. And then if they want to be the biggest orc, they'll challenge the biggest orc. And then when they go and they issue a WA is just war in orc, they murder everybody and everything in this giant tide of green orcs who are just excited to be hitting something. They don't care that they're hitting Eldar or the Imperium or Tau or anyone in between. They're just so they get to beat shit up. That's orcs. And on the tabletop, they are a total coin flip, and they're really fun. I have never met a salty orc player. I have never met someone who plays orcs and is ever just a bad guy or that guy. Orc players have this kind of fun to them because when you play them, you are completely submitting yourself to RNG. So here's the thing. Guardsmen, Imperial Guardsmen.
RNG, random number generator, is that what he's talking about? So basically it has this luck to it, right? Randomness to it, right?
When they shoot, they roll a dice, and on a 4 up, they'll hit their target. They have a 50% chance. Space Marines, pretty good. They hit on a 3 or higher because they're well trained. Adeptus Custodians, they hit on 2s because they're just super well trained. Orks, they hit on a 5 or higher. But if they roll a 6, they get to make another shot with anything, from the dinkiest pistol to the biggest rocket launcher. It doesn't matter. Half of their stuff will blow up on a whim. One of their medics, if you roll a 1 to heal someone, you fuck up your surgery and you just kill an orc. They're so wacky and silly. But the thing is if you roll well, you roll high, and you keep rolling high, you are going to crush people. And if you don't, you lose. I mean, that's what you get when you play orcs. That's what happens when you play orc. It's a coin flip. Which is why you can't be a salty bitch when you play orc.
Oh, I love that shit. So he's obviously talking about tabletop here, right? Tabletop has nothing to do with the lore. It's just game mechanics he's talking about here, right? He just jumped to tabletop. The point is, that kind of explain how orcs are, right? RNG element of it. So orcs are so massive and powerful, if they decide, can destroy a lot of things, right? Because they also have the power of imagination. But they also fight each other, right? I mean, they are not right up here. So, you know, it's always like throwing a dice. You know, they could be really powerful if they want to kill you. But if they are, somehow not into it and fighting each other or some shit, they are like, you can avoid them or kill them because of that, using each other. So there is always randomness to them. Even in the lore, it makes sense. But as far as the game goes, that makes a game really fucking exciting, right? It's like, in Fallout, when you're really dumb, right? Dumb in low intelligence, like 1 or something. What is it called? Idiot savant? It's like that. You're an idiot, so it's just, give or take. You're, you can do a lot of good things while also, you seem like an idiot, but that also comes to your favor lots of time. So there's randomness to it, which is fun actually. If you hit one, you'll be like, oh fuck, I hit 1, this is great. But no, it probably will kill the orc. That is just weird.
Orcs, because things won't go your way. It's just the roll of the dice. You're playing a dice game. But if you're going to have fun, and you want to be stupid, and you want to be silly, you're going to play some damn orcs. But on the opposite side of the fun part of this, let's talk about the Necrons.
Damn, so far, obviously orcs are their own thing. They're not part of the, Tyranids or something like that. So orc is a completely different species. They're old as the Eldar. So in the start, they were really smart, right? But later on something happened and they just went stupid. In the Mass Effect, that's how the case with the Krogans. Krogans were really advanced species. They developed lots of shit, but after nuclear annihilation and fallout of that, basically made them really stupid, and also Genophage helped. So I'm pretty sure BioWare took inspiration from Warhammer and also Elder Scrolls 2. And orcs are fucking everywhere. It started with Tolkien. Now it's everywhere. You see orc everywhere. There's an orc type of thing in Fallout. Super mutants, they are like orcs, let's be honest. The inspiration is from orc. There are orcs in fucking Elder Scrolls. Orcs are fucking everywhere. So yeah. Alright, I have to go early, I guess. I thought I'm going to finish this, but I'm late kind of, right? I didn't want to, I thought I'm going to make this video next day, but I'm like, what the hell? Let's watch a bit of lore because I fucking love this. So yeah. The Necrons and the last one that is left, I guess the Tau Empire will tackle tomorrow. So far it's been awesome. Genestealer cults. Fuck. Yeah, Genestealer cults. That's just fucking terrifying. I don't know. Tyranids are the most terrifying so far. I can't stop talking about this. Alright. I'll see you next time.